Hello everyone. Just wanted to come on tonight and just make a short little video and talk about a few things. We've had a lot of information come out this week regarding the Christopher Watts book, Letters from Christopher. And I just want to let you guys know that I did go on Amazon today and the book is already sold out. It didn't give a date of when it would be back in stock, but I really wanted to grab us a copy and start reading the book for you guys. There's supposed to be, I think someone said, over 200 letters in the book, and in the last week they probably released 5 to 10 maybe, and it was like leaving little breadcrumbs for us all to get into. And you know, this case is just mind-boggling to me on why we're so into this case. Is it because we don't think justice has fully been served? Is it because we've seen so much of their lives on Facebook? I just don't know. I've never been so, I almost want to say obsessed, but I'm not obsessed with the case like I am with this Chris Watts case. And it's almost like he, you know, things will settle down, there's not any new information, and then boom, he'll have an interview with the detectives or he'll release a book, and it just seems like it's always something. Like, I almost think that he likes the infamy of what he's done. You know, getting the attention from NK that he claims he's never had in his life. You know, he's getting quite a bit of that now. The way they talk, there is many women writing him, you know, telling him how they're in love and just all kinds of stuff. And I mean, a man that could drop his daughters in an oil battery, it just blows my mind that a woman would want to write to him and say, you know, I'm in love with you, or I want to be with you. Can you guys understand that? Because I really can't. Because my daughter, you know, I've talked about it. My daughter is 13, and I remember when she was, you know, Bella and Celeste's age, and at that time in her life, she was just so sweet. You know, I always wanted to be around me, watching a movie. You know, she always, like, we would lay and she'd always want to put her back up to me while we laid and watched a movie. They were just so sweet. And how he could do what he done is just, I cannot comprehend it. I just can't. And maybe that's why I'm so into this case, that I can't understand why he did what he did. I mean, he had, you know, a lot of people have money problems, and they had, I mean, obviously he wore a mask. We didn't know who he really was. But from what we've seen in the videos, I mean, he had a good job. She was making great money selling Thrive. They were taking vacations all the time. And a big, beautiful house, 2 beautiful children. And just for a 2-month affair to do that, I can't find the words to describe how it makes me feel, because I just can't understand it. And you know, I talk about the Chris Watts case a lot, and you know, I'd like to know if there's, you know, another case. You guys, somebody mentioned what was called the I-65 serial killer last night. I had never even heard of that. Has anybody else ever heard of the I-65 serial killer? Supposedly they've never been caught. I remember, I'll tell you a story that'll really blow your mind. Have you ever heard of the serial killer named Glen Rogers? If not, go on YouTube. There's a fascinating little documentary that his brother's in and tells the story of Glen Rogers. But I've got a story of my own for Glen Rogers, and it even to this day, it freaks me out that I was, but I'll tell you the story real quick. Is Glen Rogers was dating one of my best friend's aunt, and I don't know if they were married. I know they were dating, and he started working on like these local county fairs that went around, and so he started going all over the country. Well, anyway, he was in my hometown at a certain point when he was dating, my friend's aunt, and me and my friend, we were actually working in tobacco that summer. We were 14 years old, and we were working in tobacco, and Glen Rogers took me and my friend to get our first paycheck. Now, how wild is that? And now to think, and when him and the lady I'm talking about, they were dating, and they were splitting up, and I can still remember he sat on the back porch of my friend's grandmother's house and just bawled his eyes out. And I've always, thought about that. Is that what made him snap and start killing women? And that's a really interesting one. If you have never heard of Glen Rogers, check out that documentary on YouTube. It is really good. And even now they say he's confessed to doing it. Is the supposedly killing Nicole Brown Simpson and the Ron Goldman guy. Supposedly he was in their town and he was working with some kind of construction crew, and maybe they was working on her house and he killed them. Supposedly that's what he's saying now, and they're saying that that everything adds up, that he was in that area at that time and this, that, and the other. And I think he said supposedly OJ paid him to kill her. I don't know if and make it look like a robbery. I don't know how true that is. Like I said, if you check out the documentary, you'll be probably really get into it like I did. I don't know if anybody knows it, but I'm actually from Kentucky and I live in Kentucky. Like I said, I was in the same county as the Savannah Spurlock case. Well, Glen Rogers actually had a little cabin just a couple counties away from here in a little county called Lee County. And the town is called Beattyville. And he had a little cabin there, and they actually found a set of bones in this cabin. And they belonged to a man that went missing in Ohio that was linked to Glen Rogers. That was one of the ways they caught him. And I can't remember how many overall that he killed, but if you watch the documentary, it tells it. I'll go back and rewatch it again tonight. That way I have some more information about it than what I'm telling you guys. But I mean, just how wild is that Glen Rogers took me to get my paycheck from my job when I was 14, pollinating tobacco at a local tobacco company. But I hate to talk you guys' heads off. I just wanted to come on and make a little video. And I really just want to be consistent with my videos nightly. So I really hope I can get my subscribers up to around 1,000 so I can start doing lives. Maybe we'll do them more than once a week if that's something becomes something is interesting. I know there's one channel I watch where the guy, he does lives just about every night, and usually has like 700 to 1,000 people in there, and I would love to have that. And but the only thing that bothers me about that channel is the guy brags so much about something he got supposedly took credit for, and he vindicated Shanann. What bothers me about that is if we ever found a clue that vindicated somebody in a crime, I'm not going to care if I get the credit or not. The thing that's going to be important to me is that the person got vindicated and cleared their name. That's what would matter to me. I don't need the credit. I don't want the credit. And that just, I kind of like his channel. I watch it a lot. But that's the one thing that bothers me is he just brags so much. And that's the one thing I don't like about that channel. But, you know, I ask, right now I've got, I've got 44 subscribers. And it's going to probably be a while before we get 1,000. But I would love to do that. And I'm going to check out, I started to check out the I-65 serial killer that somebody mentioned last night, and it brought up so many different videos. I don't know if I ever found the actual one you were talking about. If you could be more, give me a few more details about the case, that way I know I'm watching the right one, because there was many that popped up. And you know how it is when you're watching YouTube and it automatically goes to the next video. And with me, before I know it, I've watched 3 or 4 videos in a row, and I really get into them though. That's why I want to do a channel, because I want to get, if I'm interested in it, there's got to be other people that's interested in it. And I would really love to get a channel that's off the ground and running. And I'd love for you, you know, the first 44 people we've got to be like the core of the group. That would be awesome. And if it grew that big, of course, like the other guy I'm talking about, we would need a couple moderators. But that's down the road. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But I do have big dreams for having a really good true crime channel where we can, you know, have a live and talk about things, and, you know, maybe find evidence, maybe find something that nobody else has seen, and I don't need the credit for it. If somebody gets vindicated, great, their name's cleared. Or if we find some evidence that we pick up on and we can send it in to a detective, something that they haven't seen, I mean, how great would that be? You know, I would get a lot of satisfaction out of that. I would feel really good about it. But anyway, I just wanted to come on, be consistent, you know, come every night like I told you guys I would. And that's about all I have for the night. And I hope you guys are having a good night. My Facebook page is True Crime Files. If y'all want to join, just you know, hit the button, join the group, and I'll go ahead and hook you up, set you in there, and, you know, we can have discussions in there that before I start doing lives, we can have discussions in there. And we, you know, in there it's a private group, so not everybody will see our posts, and we can exchange emails and stuff like that not everybody's going to see. And I just think that'd be really cool. And you know, if you know my real name, you can have me on Facebook. Of course, you'll know my real name if you go to my True Crime Files page. And you know, leave a comment tonight. Let me know what you think. What's going on with you guys? If you know something specific you want to tell me, that's great. And please subscribe to my channel, and like my videos if you do, and share them, and just let's try to get this channel rolling. My eyes are red. I'm really tired tonight. I got up really early this morning, went down and took care of some things. I was trying to help a family out, and just an update for the day. That's about it. Like I said, just subscribe, like, share, please, and just y'all have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care. Good night.